These are all the books I'm looking forward to reading in 2026. Last year was a really big reading year for me. I was averaging a book a month, and so I kind of want to double that this year. We'll see how that goes. The first series I want to get through is Faithful and the Fallen. I just finished Malice, and I loved it. It was such a fun read, and I'm really excited to see where the next 3 books takes us. I need to catch up and finish Stormlight Archive. I read Way of Kings and Words of Radiance last year, and I'm about a third of the way through Oathbringer. I took a pause because, I don't know, I was just getting a little burned out by just how much of the book there was, and I really wanted to read a bunch of other things, so I took a pause, but I'm going to finish it this year. I promise. I promise. I want to start Sun Eater after I finish the Stormlight Archive. I kind of started it. I read like the first couple of chapters of the first book, and I don't know. I just was kind of turned off because I had no idea what was happening. But everybody raves about the series, so I will restart it again this year, hopefully. I love the First Law trilogy so much, so I picked up the next set of like the standalones that completes the story. It's called, I think, the Great Leveler. So I really want to get into these, do like a little more character deep dives and like how they finished out from First Law. And then afterwards, eventually, I'll do like the second trilogy, which I just found out there was one. Those are all like the series I want to get through. I have a bunch of standalones I want to read as well. I've heard a lot of book talkers raving about the Tainted Cup, and they describe it as like a fantasy murder mystery. That sounds awesome. I just watched actually the third Knives Out movie, which is another murder mystery movie. Oh my God, it was so good. So I was like, fantasy murder mystery book? Sign me up. Last year I read Project Hail Mary and I really enjoyed it, and the only other sci-fi experiences I've ever had was Red Rising. So Dark Matter seems like a really good entry. People talk how great this is as standalone, so I'm very excited. Everything I've heard about Between Two Fires seems so cool. I've never read a horror book before, and I've never read like a thriller, and they kind of describe it as like a medieval horror thriller. That sounds really cool. Because of my love for First Law, I love Joe Abercrombie's writing stuff, so I really want to read The Devils. It sounds so cool. People are describing this as like a fantasy horror-esque Suicide Squad, so hell yeah. I'm very excited for Yumi the Nightmare Painter because I read Trust of the Emerald Sea last year. I actually did an audio listen to with my wife, and we really enjoyed doing that together. So I want to do it for Yumi this time, and I heard it's like more of like a romantic story, so I thought it'd be cute. And finally, I want to read King Sorrow solely because my boy Jonah has been just raving about it, and anything he recommends, I'm going to want to read. It's described as like a fantasy horror mystery, which sounds really cool. You make a deal with the dragon, and these college students are just getting screwed by this dragon after they made this like deep dark deal. I don't know too much about it, but it sounds, I love dragons, so yeah. And those are all the books I want to read this year. Will I get to those? Probably not, but a boy could dream, yeah? Okay, bye.